All right, everybody. So sorry for the delay. Welcome to Wednesday Whine with Ana Belaval. The wine is right here, and hopefully my guest can join us. We were trying to troubleshoot. We were having some audio issues, but she is working on it, and soon we'll see her beautiful face join us. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Before you all start yelling at me that I don't have any green. Hello, my necklace. Look how cute. Green, beautiful. St. Patrick's Day in Chicago, where I'm broadcasting from, is a very, very big deal. Hello, Carolyn. Hi, Luis.
There's some green.
And did you just go behind me? And we're running a professional show here. The microphone should tell you that. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I should be having. First of all, this is my day. The glass says, kiss me, it's my birthday. I should have put tape there that said, kiss me, I'm Irish, but So, I'm having a glass of wine with you guys. It's St. Patrick's Day, and we usually don't celebrate it, and I am awful at these things. Last year, my daughter, and I'm keeping it low, can you see if Salvo's okay? Asking my producer. Last year, my daughter did this whole thing for my son, like the leprechaun, or 2 years ago. And I don't remember. I forgot. We're not Irish. We're not celebrating anything like that. And these moms went nuts with the darn leprechaun, and I pick him up, and he's like, the leprechaun didn't come to my house. The leprechaun didn't come to my house. And I was like, amiga que me escuchas. Don't do a sister like that. This is not there. That leprechaun thing is BS. That's not real. St. Patrick's Day is a religious, we observe it as a religious holiday. And we've desecrated enough by drinking an obscene amount of beer and eating an obscene amount of corned beef. Do not add another fake character to my roster. I am awful at it. I forget everything. I forget the tooth fairy. I forget, what else? The Easter bunny. I forget. I need people to help me. No. Come on. See, Ana Santana, I don't do mom things like that either. But, I have a very creative daughter who was really into it last year and was like, I'll do it for him. Like, how she did the elf on the shelf. And I was like, no, because I'll forget the damn elf on the shelf. That's not my thing. It's not from my culture. And then I see all you Puerto Ricans doing it too. Dejen esa sangana. All I do is worry more and more and like more stress, right? Listen. My daughter was afraid of the Easter bunny, and by the 6th year, I said, honey, you really think there's a bunny coming in here? And she was like, oh. And I was like, vamos, sape, get over it. And then I didn't know that I hadn't done that to her with the tooth fairy. And when we were playing at the pediatrician, we were playing heads up, and it said tooth fairy. And I said, Dad writes you these letters every time you lose a tooth. And she's like, oh, Daddy's the tooth fairy. And I was like, uh-oh. See, Mary, the leprechaun is new to you. So I don't, Wendy, I don't want to have to remember a leprechaun too. No, dejen la sangana with the trap and the whatchamacallit. No. I don't see what's up with all the Latinos taking all the Irish saint stuff. We have enough going on. We have La Virgen de Guadalupe, we have Santa Bárbara Bendita, we have La Virgen del Pozo. Come on now. Give me a break. Seriously, I can't handle all that. So what did I do? I had to pretend like, oh, honey, let's play. Wendy, listen to this. We played a game where I said, okay, we'll draw things that have to do with St. Patrick's Day, and I promise I will, and we'll decorate the house, and we can eat a chocolate every time we finish the drawing. That's what I came up with. And so you see right there, that's an awful 4-leaf clover that I painted, that I drew, and he did a pot of gold. Y se acabó. No más with the elf on the shelf and the leprechaun. I don't even know if St. Patrick is Italian. Hombre, no, mira, Vicky Rojas. We had a hard time finding elf on the shelf this year. She was hidden very well. He showed up late. So one time, thankfully, Amelia's afraid of all these characters. Espérate, I'm going to drink a little. Amelia's afraid of all these characters, right? So the tooth fairy had to leave stuff outside the house, and I forgot once, so I had Steve fake it, and I ran out, threw $2 outside our door.
Do you see her?
And then walked over. I'm gonna put her on speakerphone.
No, she's gonna put you on speakerphone.
Everybody, my producer, Steve Vian. Yeah.
Really?
You're not there yet. There you are. And so I threw it there, and Steve threw an envelope in there, and I pulled out the letter, and I started fake reading. She couldn't read yet. And I started fake reading, pretending it was the tooth fairy. No, hombre, no. No, no, no. Se acabó. Not doing that anymore. Anyway, let me show you something, because my guest is waiting, and I want to show you this awesome thing that she did last week that went viral. And if you follow me on social media, you know that I posted this, and I want to show you, and you know that you have to be patient with me. Let me see if you can see that. All right. That, Annie, can you hear me? Okay, let me put you on speakerphone. Hello, guys. The sound is not going to be great, but this is my friend Annie Saviano. And Annie wrote this beautiful ode to the Chicago accent. And she brought tears to my eyes. I've been living here for 24 years. And I honestly have no idea why this moved me so much. But I wanted to bring Annie over so she can explain why she wrote this. Robin Baumgarten, our anchor in WGN, wrote that it was in defense of the Chicago accent. But let me bring Annie live so that she can show her beautiful face and tell us. I'm going to stop sharing. You know, this is a clunky production until Anna figures out the StreamYard a little better. Okay.
I could help you. Hi, everyone.
There is my gorgeous friend Annie. Let me see. Let me know if you can hear her. Guys, all right, Savo, were you defending the Chicago? What are you doing?
I was making sure that you're on.
Hi, Steve. So, were you defending the Chicago accent, or were you kind of explaining it?
I was more explaining it. Mm-hmm. I had read a meme on my friend Brielle's Facebook or Instagram. And it said Chicago accents are one of the worst in the world.
How?
And I thought, no, that can't be true. And then I just started doing a stream of consciousness kind of writing. And I wrote it in like 5 minutes. And it's not a bragger thing, it's just my brain is, I just kind of let it all out. And posted it. And it was, in the beginning, I had a bunch of errors because I wrote it so fast, so quickly. A writer and a producer should not be making grammatical errors. So I went back and fixed a few things, and that was it. And I had no idea that people were going to respond to it the way they did. It's very humbling.
Isabel, I'm sorry that it's echoey. Mary, you said to get rid of the phone. Mary Bowenton is giving me instructions. Okay, so how does it sound now, guys? Savo, say something.
Hello.
You can hear her from her computer because I can't hear her. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Watch this. You guys can hear her. Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Can you hear me? I'll be so excited.
If you can hear her, that would be great. So I have a bunch of turn off the phone. If I turn off the phone, I won't be able to hear her. So give me a second.
Okay.
Hold on. All right. Savo, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, can you hear her?
Hi, can you hear me, everyone? Hello? Hi. Hi, Mary, can you hear me?
Should not be muted. Hello, hello. Much better. All right, Savo, yay!
Yes, I'm so excited. Thank you.
Okay, let's start over. So this is my wonderful Chicagoan writer, Annie Saviano. And this is what Annie wrote last week. And Annie, I want you to read it because we've had a lot of people read it, but I don't think you've read it. We've picked allegedly more Chicago accents than yours, but I think you have a pretty beautiful Chicago accent. So let me
too. Actually, I should have my sister read it because she has more of a Chicago accent than anyone, but I am happy to read it.
Savo, look at this graphic, how pretty it is.
Isn't it pretty?
Look it.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to read it when you tell me. I'm actually getting it because I, of course, have to pull it up.
Can you believe we both work in television?
Yes. You know what, Anna? You know what I think it is? I'll tell you what. We work for the morning show. We are so used to this.
We're used to all these mistakes.
Yeah, that's why people watch. Okay, ready?
Yes.
They say the Chicago accent is the worst in the world. I say the Chicago accent is mustard on your hot dog. It's the guy on the block who gets out the snowblower and plows your sidewalk and your next door neighbor's sidewalk and doesn't stop until he's done everybody's, because why the hell not? You offer to pay him and he's like, get out of here. It's your dad who wakes up for work in the winter earlier than usual so he can scrape the ice off your windshield. It's your mom who stops at the Jewel to pick up Dean's creamer for her coffee because it's on sale. She just went there for the creamer, but she got some coffee cake in case somebody stops by, because inevitably somebody's going to stop by. It's grown men holding each other and sobbing when the White Sox win the World Series in 2005. It's the same grown men holding each other and crying when the Cubs win the World Series, but for a different reason. It's illegal fireworks on the 4th of July. It's calling dibs. It's thin crust tavern style pizza from Abby's or Vito and Nick's. It's a Tuesday in April when it snows in the morning, but it's 74 and sunny an hour later. It's blizzards. It's above ground pools. It's sausage. It's Italian beef with jardiniere. It's helping someone carry groceries in the parking lot. It's yelling, come on, and swearing at people on the Stevenson Expressway. It's yelling, hey, Stan, out the window to your neighbor, because you can basically reach out and touch each other, since your brick bungalows are just so close. It's the lake on the fourth. It's the lakefront in July. It's the guy selling candy, cotton candy, or tamales on Pulaski. It's the guy, you know the guy, the one who does that thing over there. It's the French room. It's the half bath off the kitchen. It's the paneled basement with a pool table from the 70s. It's block parties. It's the fireman who lives next door to the cop who's married to the nurse, and her mother, who's also a nurse, married to a cop who lives down the street from her sister, who's a firefighter married to a cop. It's your teacher who grew up on the south side and moved to the north side because she's so fancy now. It's Archer Avenue. It's Taylor Street. It's Greektown and Chinatown and Bridgeport and Beverly and Ravenswood and Hyde Park and Portage Park and Garfield Ridge. It's you, it's me, it's us. And that, my friends, is beautiful.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my God.
Up.
I still get verklempt. I have to tell you that it still gets me. We did this really pretty animation so that you can see all the lights.
Beautiful.
Look at, oh, Savo, I'm so proud of you. We all retweeted, shared, we did all this stuff, and people reacted this way. I saw a lot of expats, if you will, a lot of Chicagoans that are living somewhere else saying, I'm sharing this with everyone in Florida. I'm sharing this with everyone in Tennessee who doesn't understand me. Did you get a lot of that, Savo?
I did. I got a lot of responses from people who have moved to other cities or lifelong Chicagoans who maybe don't live in this neighborhood anymore, who maybe moved to the suburbs, or people who live in I got people from Kentucky, Nashville, a bunch of Florida people, New Yorkers, and people wrote me some beautiful letters to my Facebook page, a lot of friend requests, and then it was shared by like US 99 Radio, and Marcus shared it, and and then I realized it's been shared like 5,000 times, maybe more. I don't know the exact amount.
And see, the last line brought me to tears. See, Savo? We all know a guy. I got goosebumps with your reactions, guys. Oh, on Archer Avenue, Garfield Ridge, Little Village. Because here's the thing, that we are a very segregated city, but that accent unites us, just like sports unite us.
Yeah. We don't agree on much, but no one can mess with Chicago. We don't always agree on politics. We might not agree on a lot of things. But what unites us as a whole is don't mess with our city.
Yeah.
And I also think that there's a little bit of home in every one of us, right? Everyone has some sort of memory. And you don't have to necessarily be from Chicago.
No.
There are neighborhoods all across the country that have this kind of um, tug at your heartstrings kind of mentality. People who will do anything for each other, people who will give you the shirt off their back, um, and there's nothing like it. And I think that resonates with people. I did this part of a love letter to my parents. My dad was that guy. He was the guy who would go out in the morning and take the snow and the ice off my car. And my mom always had coffee cake, or something, because someone was coming here. Like,
Yeah.
you can't come in this house without offering someone something.
And I have to say, if you guys are listening to this and you want to share what makes Chicago special for you, go ahead and let us know.
Oh, yeah.
Because we would love to hear your thoughts after Annie verbalized what the city means to us. Because I think it's that attitude that we have with our families. Only us can insult our families.
That's true.
Only us can point out, our faults and what annoys us about each other, but you cannot insult it yourself.
No.
No.
I can say you're a jerk to my sister, but don't mess with my sister because I will take you down.
I know. Salute.
Cute glass.
I know. Thank you. It says happy birthday instead of...
Mine says cheers. It's from the Target.
It's from the Target?
Uh-huh.
The Target, the Jewel. That's another thing. If you're watching us somewhere else, we put a the on everything. And even if you have an accent like I do, you think it's the Jewel. You think it's Soldiers Field. Savo, for real, I moved here and I was like, oh yeah, Soldiers Field, the Jewel. And then when I was working in English and they're like, Anna, it's Jewel. I'm like, yeah, no, it's not. Not a
No.
GN.
You know what? I write sometimes scripts that I write for the morning show, and I'll put a the in front of it. Because I don't, and I shouldn't, but I associate, like we'll do a 9 at 9 and the 9 a.m. show, and I'll be like, we're going to the, like, it's like, it's the blah, 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 the blah, blah, blah. And Robin doesn't correct it, because if Robin's reading it, she does that too.
She does it organically.
Yeah, we do. It's just built into who we are.
See, Debbie says food, lakes, Four Seasons, and downtown people.
Yeah, and maybe 12 seasons. But you're right,
12.
Debbie. You are still right.
Natalie says we have each other's backs, but she's stronger than me. This is about her sister, Brittany.
Hi, Natalie. I love you.
Look, it's Jason. I was wondering where Savo's glass was from. I'm glad you joined us, Jason.
It's fine.
So listen, I wanted to ask you, since you are, the quintessential Chicago girl, where we should go that we don't know about. And I have pictures for it. So if you guys bear with me, I'll show you the pictures, and Savo could probably tell you the corners that it's at.
Okay. Yes.
All right, hold on. Todd, I grew up in Iowa where you call the body of water I can't pronounce that, Todd. Pronounce that, Savo. Crick.
A crick.
I'm going to the crick, but the name of it is Duck Creek. The crick.
The crick.
All right, everyone loves you, Savo. Okay, let's start with, what do you want to start with?
You can pick, and I'm going to go with it.
Okay, you want me to kick it? Okay,
Yeah.
Let me see your favorite spots. Let's start with, this confused me because I looked for a picture of Vito and Nick's.
Yeah.
Never been, but I am confused by the signage because it's typical Chicago. I am not sure what the name of the place is. Here we go. Oh, wait, it's Nick and Vito. Can you explain this to me and why you love it so much?
Okay. So Vito and Nick's, or Nick and Vito's, it depends. No judgment. You call it whatever you want to call it. Has been there forever, and it's like eating inside your grandmother's basement.
Okay.
It's old school. There's nothing fancy. There are no airs about it.
Mm-hmm.
You can dress up, you can dress down. I spent a Christmas Eve there one time.
No way. Were you drunk?
No. My friend's parents were coming in, were from downstate Illinois.
Okay.
And he wanted to take them for pizza. And
Uh-huh.
he said, why not? So we went there. And we had the best time ever. And here's the thing about Vito and Nick's, or Nick and Vito's. It's thin, tavern style pizza,
Which is the
cut
original
into
Chicago
squares.
pizza.
Cut into
Listen,
squares. It
friends
is
that are
not deep dish, which God bless deep dish, but most Chicagoans only go for deep dish when you have a relative in from out of state.
I want to
And
know, was Uno's, Sabo, maybe you can answer this. Was Uno's, so Uno's is relatively new compared to something like Vito and Nick. Like, who gave us the deep dish pizza? Because I know that the tavern pizza is that pizza that you see right there on your screen, and that's what Chicagoans consider real Chicago pizza.
well,
Cut
I
in
only knew
squares.
growing up on the Southwest Side, we had pizza every Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the one night a week that we were all going to be together. As we got older and we went out and about our business, we knew that we would have Friday night dinner and it would be pizza. I didn't know about deep dish pizza until I think I was old enough to go downtown by myself.
Get out.
No, honestly, because we never had it. We always went to Palermo's or Abby's or one of these places on Archer Avenue. And so it was always thin crust pizza cut into squares. So it wasn't that we didn't have it, and I might have had it. I guess it was just not a big deal. I didn't care. So that was the thing. Like, I don't know. So I always know that I always say to celebrities when they're like, "Oh, deep dish," when they're on our show.
Those are the ones that didn't grow up here. Those are the ones that visit for a shoot. Okay, now what's on my screen? Look at this.
Cone. Also, Southside. Although for everyone else, I think they have trucks now, and
Yes.
they circle around to the suburbs and whatnot.
And whatnot.
But rainbow cone is kind of the quintessential. It's going to be summer. Go have a rainbow cone. The experience of that ice cream cone is it looks disgusting. I don't love ice cream. I really don't. But I love that.
So,
That's what it represents. It looks nothing. I mean, it looks. Don't be fooled by it, because some people look at that and say that's amazing, and some people say, "Holy cow, that's ridiculous." But it's very delicious, and people live by it. They take their kids, their families.
and you know what I love? They created it here. It has like 4 flavors in one cone, and they have a special scooper to create that beautiful thing that you just said looks disgusting.
But I don't mean it, because I'm happy. I'm celebrating it. I picked it.
Listen,
Don't be freaked out by it.
we are Maron.
My mother, God bless her, tiny woman, retired Cook County Sheriff. She probably weighed 115 pounds her whole life, soaking wet, just tiny. She could eat a whole cake. She would eat a whole Weber's cake, and she would eat it in like 2 days. She would get it for her birthday, and my mother would give you anything, but she always had to have the biggest piece of their buttercream. Like, there's nothing like Weber's, their donuts, their cakes.
What is an atomic cake though? Because I love their
You like the
my
pound
God.
cake.
No, help me. A pound cake. I love the pound cake. But what is an atomic cake? Because that's also very Chicago, very suburban
God.
Chicago.
See it right there? See that
Yes.
cake?
Mm-hmm.
You could either have strawberries in the middle, or bananas in the middle, or some kind of a fruit filling in the middle. I mean, it's bigger than your head. I mean, it's giant.
And
it's
people ask
layers
for
and
it by
layers and
name.
layers.
I know friends of like Tyra's parents, our other producer, her dad,
Yeah.
this is what he wants for his birthday.
Yeah.
It's like hands down. No one wants chocolate. They want the Weber's or the Orland Park bakery one.
Oh yeah, there's some great bakeries. I think because this one has always been in our family. So I mean, like, it's 5 minutes from my house. So
Okay. This is the
It's
place where
across
we
the
were
street.
supposed to. This is the place we were supposed to be today, Savo.
Oh,
that is a
cheers.
shot of Bourbon Street.
Cheers to Bourbon Street. Do you know Bourbon Street? You can go. Bourbon Street is everything, right? In the summer, you can go and play bags outside. You can go to it's a nightclub. It's a restaurant. It's a live music venue. It's a banquet hall. I've attended funeral lunches at Bourbon Street.
Oh my God, I thought you were going to say weddings. Savo, you're so Chicago.
But I have. I'm serious. I mean, and it was beautiful. It was lovely.
Beautiful.
I've attended everything. I don't think there's been one life event that I haven't attended at Bourbon Street. Hold on, what? My sister told me to move my glass away from my mouth.
Do you notice? That's how we are. That's how we are. Bourbon Street is like nothing you'll ever see downtown, north side. No, that's the front. But don't let it fool you. It has about 6 venues in one.
Is it like 12,000 square feet? I don't know how big it is.
No, I don't.
You could go in one room and come out. There are zones and areas, and you can go
They're in
watch
different
sports
zip codes.
games.
Yeah.
I've seen great bands there. You see everyone usually. Well,
Off track betting. Savo, off track betting.
Oh, right. And as Pat pointed out today, there are 2 cigarette machines.
There are 2 cigarettes. Because that
He
doesn't
pointed it
apply.
out on the show today. I didn't know those. I mean,
I didn't
that's
know.
real. They're there.
Okay, I love that you picked this.
The murals
Mm-hmm.
are so gorgeous. The thing about that is you can go online and get a map.
Of the Pilsen murals. This is in Pilsen.
And you could just go and spend the entire day. By the way, kids, it's very Instagrammable because, it's all about the gram. Thank you very much.
You know that.
But I just think it's such a beautiful tribute to the heritage of the city and just stunning. And in the springtime, you could be socially distant. I mean, I know we're going back to normal. We're on our way back. But in the meantime, this is a very safe kind of place to go. And people
It's
don't
outdoors,
think
yeah.
to go here.
Nope.
Everybody comes to Chicago and they say, oh, we have to go see the Bean, which is lovely. We have
Yes.
to go to Navy Pier and Sears Tower or whatever. What is it called now? It's not Sears Tower.
Is it the Willis still? I didn't refuse to
don't
call
know.
it anything else.
Whatever, that. But
That thing.
You're missing out on the rich heritage of going into these neighborhoods and really getting a feel of the people.
And
When I
that
like to
right.
travel-
Go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry. I just like to travel. And one of the best things that I think experiencing Europe, for example, isn't just the monuments. It's the people. It's the culture. It's soaking in, sitting down, having a cup of coffee and looking around. And
Yep.
that's what I think the murals remind me of.
And Pilsen has a great Mexican museum.
Yeah.
And also has great food.
Oh my God, yeah.
And, it's gentrifying a bit. So you'll see a mix of it'll be kind of diverse. It's not as Mexican as it used to be, but it still has that flavor of, and honestly, Pilsen has always been an immigrant community.
Yeah.
So it just so happens that those are the people who are living there now. It's really funny. At some point they were Jewish. At some point they were Polish.
Right.
And then the north side, you were nice enough to include a north side street.
Oh my gosh. I honestly, in my 20s, when I started at WGN, I spent all my weekends on the north side. And some of my favorite people in the world live on the north side. So to me, things like the Music Box. But if you walk up and down Southport
Yes.
and you just kind of take a look, there's such cute shops. And I mean, you could spend a day going from a big box store, going to like Anthropologie, or you can go to the Goddess I think it's the Goddess and the Grocer, or just wander around the Music Box. Oh my gosh, at Christmas they have, in a normal world, when we go back to normal, they have sing-alongs and they have Sound of Music sing-along and just cool stuff. And it's a cool vibe. And it's a little bit easier to park than some neighborhoods in the city.
That's also very Chicago. Well, where am I going to park?
Yeah. Seriously, dibs. People call dibs, not even in winter around here. If you like the spot, they will go off on you.
Okay, so here we go. I want to read some of the messages from people.
Okay.
Auntie Savo, Bobby and Franny are watching.
Oh, I love you, Bobby and Franny.
I'm telling you, Brenda, Pilsen is a great place to go discover. There used to be a restaurant there called Nuevo Leon that had delicious food, but there is a bakery at the corner of 18th and Ashland that I don't know. I don't think it's Nuevo Leon Bakery, but I love their bread there. And when you buy bread there, Savo, you go with a tray and you pick the Mexican bread.
No, yeah. Wait, I'm looking it up to get the name. Keep talking.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mary, for sure, great people run Bourbon Street. And I have to say, we see Bourbon Street is so much fun. It is fun. Oh, Sandy, Atomic is vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, and banana. The Atomic
Thank
cake.
you, Sandy.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. she's
Where
got
though?
Atomic.
Where?
They layer.
Goodness
But
me.
if you don't want all of them, they will make it to order.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, because my mom never liked banana. My dad, yes. I mean, they'll, but it's everything. It's everything. And that's why it's Atomic.
Do it because it's like an atomic bomb of sugar.
Well, yeah, but we always got strawberries for one, or my mom would eat it, whenever it came in. She couldn't. Couldn't.
Racine Bakery, do you know it?
I do know Racine Bakery.
Do you?
I've not had the bread from Racine just because we always go to Rubbers. We also go to T-Chex or Ty-Chex on Narragansett.
See, I did. So this is a great story. So we do Punchki Day every year, and so we went to.
Beefies, yay, Vicky, they're great.
What is Beefies?
Beefies is a beef sandwich, a mom and pop beef sandwich place on Harlem, and they're delightful. I think they're one of the best in the city.
There is a place. Oh, look, listen. Tina says deep dish was considered too expensive back in the day. It still is.
It's pricey.
And Mary said she did Foxes.
Oh, I love Foxes.
Oof. I love all these comments. Guys, keep it saying. Okay, so keep it coming because I want to hear where you guys go to. Okay, so when we went to T-Chex, we got calls to GN and calls to the bakery that we were pronouncing it wrong.
Ty-Chex.
The daughter of the woman said, no, you're pronouncing it right. Everyone else pronounces it wrong.
And we'll fight you for it.
Okay,
But
see,
he's right. T-Chex.
I want to give a shout out to these people. You probably haven't been there. Christopher's Bakery in Pilsen, Halsted in 18th Street.
Okay.
Savo, they make the best tres leches, and then they make this thing that is called a choco flan. So it's half chocolate cake, half flan on the bottom.
Stop it. Shut up.
Hands down. It's hard to park there because it's like where everyone is like driving on Halsted and 18th Street. But it is fantastic. And then someone told me the Nuevo Leon Panaderia. And okay, because of COVID, you tell them what you want and they'll put it on the tray for you.
Oh, that's nice.
Because my people are being careful.
Yeah. Honestly, you're right. I have a friend who was getting punchkis at a grocery store, not a big box store, and she was getting her punchkis, and she was nervous, but they had gloves and they had everything in order, but she was freaked out because some of them were trying to grab in for the punchkis.
Because we don't know how to behave.
And so she was really upset, but they worked it out. I won't say where, but you know who you are. You know which store you are.
No one had to call the health department on you.
I didn't go there. So I was like, well, I'm not going, so I'm not involved.
There is a place that I don't have a picture of, but I love Tufanos.
Oh my God, yes. Cash only.
Just like Freddy's. We forgot about Freddy's. Have you been to Freddy's?
I love Freddy's.
The best gelato in the city of Chicago is at Freddy's Pizzeria on Cicero. Cicero.
Well, you know, you say Cicero, it's so funny. I think it reminds me that I'm pretty sure that I've worked in some of the most iconic Chicago spots in the world. I used to be a survey person at the Fort City Mall. Okay. And wait. And people would stop all the time because they always thought I looked like like their granddaughter or
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
someone. So I made good friends with them. Then I worked for Express, like EXP sweatshirts and
See.
leggings
See.
at Fort City.
Mm-hmm.
Then I worked for you. I went to UIC and I worked for the English department at UIC, right? So that's
Why are you giving
Chicago.
me my resume for Tufanos? Because that's where you found Tufanos?
Yes, and that's well, no, my dad knew about Stefanos, but I used to park. My dad knew a guy who was able to
No!
get permit
Shocker!
who was able to give me permit parking, so I would be able to park over there
Over there.
by Stefanos. And
Uh-huh.
I just always remember like cash only, because if you went there with a credit card, you'd have to go to the
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out.
Cops eat free. Cops eat free. The menu is on a blackboard. When I first moved to Chicago 25 years ago, my boss's husband, may he rest in peace, Carlos Bermudez, said, you're going to
Oh,
go
God.
to the quintessential Chicago restaurant.
Yeah.
You're going to order from a blackboard,
Yeah.
and it's going to be cash only, and they're going to make you feel like family. And my father, to this day, 25 years later, is like, where's that place? Where is that place? And I found it living in the South Loop because Pat McGann's wife worked at the bar there for
Oh, yeah.
years and brought me back one night. And my daughter loves their calamari.
Yeah.
But seriously, you got to move fast.
Yeah.
And you cannot get cocky either. You can't be like, I need the gluten-free. No.
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 You have to get what you want, know what you want, but they will make you feel very loved.
Oh my
Very
God.
loved.
Like they know you.
Yeah. And you feel important when you go there.
Darn. Look at this. How
Oh,
did
shut
we
up,
forget?
Shadow. Shut up. Yes,
How did we forget?
we didn't. You can't put everything on there.
No.
See, that's the point, right? The point of what I wrote or what we're discussing here is you're creating a dialogue. You're creating a dialogue that brings people together. I think that's the whole point of stuff. What I like to do is make people smile. Not always. You know me a long time. But I'm saying that I think something like this, and people are just coming out with their place, what their place is, who their guy is, whatever.
Listen, Rico Bainey's, that breaded steak sandwich, Gerardo, I'm going to tell you the truth. I have this camera guy at Univision, Jose, who now works at ABC. And Jose would take me to Rico Bainey's because he really, really wanted the breaded steak sandwich. And I had the gall to offer to order the chicken sandwich because
No.
so wrong. So wrong. So wrong. But he
God
wouldn't.
forbid.
God forbid. He wouldn't split the steak sandwich with me.
No.
And you know me and the splitting. Mary knows this. I need to split it because I get heartburn. I have a very sensitive stomach. Now I have to tell you. So go to Rico Bainey's. It's amazing. Listen to this place. You've never been here. It's on Devon Street. La Única grocery store. There's not a lot of Cubans in Chicago. This grocery store is the Cuban grocery store in Chicago on Devon Street, where everyone is pretty much Indian.
Right.
And so they also have a restaurant in there, and the food is amazing. And anything you're craving from the Caribbean, you can go there. At La Única, Christina, thank you for reminding me because I haven't been in years because I live closer to Armitage Produce, which is why I love Chicago. The owners are Greek, but they bring everything from Puerto Rico that we need. Ahí no hay ni un
That's
baklava. There is no baklava. There's no saganaki, tugunaki, la mamakaki. No. Everything is arroz con gandules, bidé. And then you see the Greek guy and you're like, oh, you're not Puerto Rican?
No.
Okay.
But they know what to give you. They know what people want. It's so funny. That's so quintessential Chicago.
Yes.
People from other country selling something from another country and specializing. Danny's Pizza, Vicky.
Oh.
Vicky, are you my neighbor? Do I know you? Do you live by me? I'm looking out the window for Vicky.
Hold on. Crap. Vicky's showing up.
Hi, Vicky. Yeah, Danny's is good. I mean, they're up. The funny thing about Archer, you can go down Archer Avenue within like a 5-mile radius and try 5 different types of thin crust pizza, and none of them taste the same, and they're all delightful.
Weber's reminds me of Roser's Bakery on the
Yeah.
north side. Debbie, Roser's Bakery, if I'm not mistaken, maybe after Dinkles or before Dinkles, it's like the oldest bakery in Chicago or the oldest family-owned bakery in Chicago. We went to do punchkis there last year, Savo, and I manned the phone. I haven't had that much fun. Remember when I was asking, no, yes, we have punchkis. How many do you want? What's your
Yes,
name?
that was so fun.
And I, like, those are the bakeries my husband loves.
Yeah. Yeah.
For, like, the real baked goods.
And
Oh,
also,
see?
there's something about the smell. I mean, it's not
Oof.
just when I wrote about the accent. I wasn't just writing about the accent. I was writing about the smell, the taste, the sounds, all of it in one. It's not just one thing. It's not just a hot dog. It's the mustard on the hot dog. It's the sensation or the taste. Mario's May 1st tradition.
Yeah, you wanted to include Mario's too? I don't remember if I've had Mario's because I don't stand in line for anything. Not because I'm a celebrity, but
No.
because...
Oh, I don't know. I kind of love it. My dad grew up around Taylor Street, so we've been going there forever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so absolutely. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I've been to Chiuquan. I may be pronouncing it wrong, Key, but Nancy Lou took us to a tour of Chinatown for the New Year 2 years ago, or last year maybe. The best thing is to go with a local. Nancy told me what to order, what I was eating, and I'm a very like sweets person, and Chinese baked goods are savory a lot of times. Like you think you're gonna have something sweet and they're savory.
Right.
And Nancy, of course, because Nancy, like all of us, strides two cultures, was like, this is what you should order. It was like being in China. We went into one of those bakeries, and the men, you know, the old men, like in the Greek town coffee shops, they're all looking like, what are you doing here? Just walk in and out. Nothing to see here.
I love it. I've not been to a Chinatown bakery. Though I've been to Chinatown.
Oh,
I love it. Yeah,
you
no.
have you been? Do you have a specific one you like?
In Chinatown? No. I just
You
like,
haven't been in a
I love
while,
food in
probably.
Chinatown. I love Chinatown in every city I go to. I think that you can't go wrong picking a family restaurant and going there. I mean,
Savo. Also,
Yeah.
someone was talking here about the concept of my dad had a guy.
oh yeah.
Oh yes.
My dad had a guy. My dad had a guy for everything.
I know a guy. My dad knew a guy.
Or I know a guy who knows a guy. I know a guy now that I'm grown up. I know a guy, and that's weird. I don't want to be the one that have to be responsible for knowing the guy, but I know the guy.
Yeah, because there's a responsibility in knowing the guy. Because what if the guy is a handyman and screws it up? Not that all handyman screwed it
What
up.
happened? My pool. Let's talk about my pool lining, but I won't say. But yeah,
Don't.
I knew a guy who knew a guy to get me my liner done for my pool. It's crooked.
It's crooked.
Fine.
So yeah,
My above ground pool. It's outside.
please don't think, because this is another thing Chicagoans don't think that we have a lot of money. It's not an in-ground pool. It's an above-ground pool that my dad got on sale about 10 years ago. Like, that's how we are.
Yeah.
And I've inherited that too. Like, I do that now. No, but we live in a condo in Lakeview because we really can't afford one of those houses. And we're there because the kids go to public school. So we're like the poorest people in West Lakeview, I promise you. And I'm
I
like,
promise you. My house was my grandparents' house, my parents' house, and now it's ours. So come on.
so the concept of knowing a guy goes to all sorts of goods. When I wanted to buy Steve, my husband, a watch that was expensive,
Yeah.
my friend Michael said, I got a guy.
I know a guy. Yeah. Why not?
And he
he
took me to
helped
the
you.
guy. And he hooked me up with the guy.
And he gave you a good deal, right?
And he gave me a great deal. I knew a guy for my engagement ring. I took my husband to my girls. Because guy is a very non-binary
True. Just because
term.
you know a guy doesn't mean technically it's a
It's
man.
not a guy.
It's just
It's
a guy.
ain't it though? Famous slang. Love it. I know.
Yeah,
It's-
you always have a guy, and you'll be like, "Hey, who's that guy? Call that guy, the one who does that can come clean my couches."
yeah, and
And
no,
you're like,
no
oh, Tom, you know.
nothing
hold on,
in
I'll text you.
oh my God, talking about that, Mary, what is the suburb, Bowenton, if you're watching, that Barnes took us to Pepos? I think it's where he lives, like Palos.
Palos Hills, Palos Park. He's Palos.
Heights. He's Palos Heights because he's fancy.
And
I don't know.
Pepos?
Pepos. Pepos has these subs, and then they have a jardinera.
Oh, yeah. Maron.
Maron. Forget about it.
By the way, I'm glad we did talk about Bourbon Street. Here we are on St. Patrick's Day, talking about, like, everything but Irish stuff.
Italian.
Well, you know what's so funny? I always thought I was Irish. I thought I was half Irish and half Italian. Oh, it's Palos Heights.
Mm-hmm.
I am not. So I'm the least amount of Irish. I'm more Polish than Irish, according to my 23andMe.
And that's what happens to so many Chicagoans. Our producer Natalie is more Greek than Polish.
Yeah.
Like you said, we kind of make it up. My husband is Jewish and claims he's like Eastern European. European. That was like my dad. European. Eastern European. I bought that car.
I was talking like your dad.
My dad.
The ballet.
The ballet. They have ballet parking, and my dad will say, "I want that car with European specifications." So my husband will say, "Oh, that's Eastern European," but they really don't know.
It's weird when you do your 23andMe and you get your DNA, and it's nothing that you thought it would be. It is 50% Italian. So I mean,
May I just add that Natalie is again correcting me. This is all she does all the time. She corrects me all the time.
Exciting, Natalie.
She's correcting me all the time. Today she told me I wear a backpack and she wears a backpack purse.
Oh, what is the difference?
Ay, mira, Sabo, you have to be 29 to understand.
All right. I don't
Mira,
know, Natalie.
she's laughing now.
She's laughing at us.
She's laughing at her old friends.
Oh, okay. We're still cute.
Anywho, yes, and another thing that infuriates Chicagoans is if we don't get the guy that you have for that. Like if you say, I got my windows at Feldco. Why? I got a window guy.
Right? They're personally offended that you didn't use their guy. And there's nothing in it for them.
I bought a car at whatever Honda. What? First of all, why you buy a new car?
Right.
When I got a guy.
I just dropped off my income tax stuff by my accountant, and I'm not that fancy, as I know a guy.
See, why are you excusing it? Everyone has an accountant.
Well, I pulled it up. And he's like, "Hey, what's wrong with your muffler? What's wrong? You gotta do." And I was like, "Just take my income tax stuff. Like, don't worry about my car."
Well,
but that's how it is. It's like, immediately like, "Hey, what's wrong with your muffler? Something's wrong."
Yep.
And now I by the way, probably have to fix my muffler. I don't know.
Now, well, the accountant knew.
And I wouldn't have known unless my guy told me.
Sabo?
I'm looking. We might be a relation, Julie. I don't know. There's a lot of Savianos on the southeast side that aren't coming up in my 23andMe DNA. So I must not be related to them. There's like a Skip and an Angelo and I don't know who else.
You're not related to Pat Tomasulo? Because boy, you could be related to Pat Tomasulo.
Oh my God, I could be. He's my brother from another mother.
Sabo, this has been so much fun.
I love you.
I really, really hope, Anne-Marie Saviano, that you explore and post more of your wisdom for everyone to share. Because we are blessed at WGN with amazing producers, but even better writers. Those producers are even better writers and creative and funny. And because they do news, sometimes you don't know how wonderful they are. And that's what happens with Savo. Savo has worked, she's a comedic genius. She's incredible at stand-up. She's written her own plays, and we are the beneficiaries of her talent at WGM Morning News. And so I really hope that the more that people know you, the more that you can put out your beautiful words out there.
Well, I love you, and I thank you for that. Don't make me cry now. That's emotion. Oh, yeah. It's a joy to sit here with you. I could sit here with you for hours.
Dude, it's been an hour, except for our old women thing of, espérate, and then people yelling, it's echoey, because this was a total Chicago production.
Oh my God. If you could have seen us 5 minutes before this started, me looking without my glasses on, my sister in the background swearing at me, the dogs, my 2 dogs barking, just like the panic. But we made it work. We made it work.
We made it work. Thank you so much, my love. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you too. Bye-bye. So everybody, if you want to check out that post, I'll move it up to my the beginning of my Facebook page so you can see it. And you can follow Savo. I think she goes by Annie Savo on Instagram. And of course, I love having my supportive friends. And as you know, on Saturday, you have what? What is, hoy es miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado. 3 more days to get tickets to Keep It Real with Ana Belaval. So I hope that I can see you at your house. I'm coming over. I'm pretty much coming over on the Zoom. And I want you to join me, and I'll come over and you'll have the wine and I'll make you laugh. And I'll talk to you all about my life, my habits, and some things that you don't know, because I know that I act all fun and games, but you'll see. I have some quirks that you'll find out about Saturday at 7:30 via Zoom. Tickets are going fast. You only need 1 ticket per household. It's going to be in English, sprinkled with Spanish. Did you hear me, Brenda? 1, 2, 3, 4. And Mary says I'm coming over and you don't have to clean. No, mama, you don't have to clean. So go on over to annabelaval.com and click right there on that thing that pops up. I'm explaining it to you like explaining to my parents. And then on the day of the show, they will send you an email and they'll say, there's an hour left for Anna's show. And then when the show is on, bacata, you click on it and there I am. I'll show up at your house and make you laugh and make you feel better about yourself. And thank you. I hope you enjoyed this show. And I hope if you're on YouTube and you're not a Chicagoan, we've made you want to come explore our city in an in-depth way. And that all those bad things you hear about our city, which are not a lie, are overshadowed by the beautiful people that live here that have embraced me since I was 21 years old and who have given me this second hometown that I adore and that I will defend any day of the week. I'll take my earrings off for Chicago. Yes, I will. And so I hope that you come and explore it and take all those tips from Savo, who is a Chicago's very own. All right? So have a wonderful night and hopefully I'll see you Saturday, okay? Ciao, gracias.